Hi, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. My name is Renee, and today is going to be my week 2 video for Make It Yourself May, and we're going to make granola today. It's really easy, it's inexpensive, and you can customize it, and it doesn't take hardly any time. So let's get going. And by the way, the Make It Yourself May collaboration is organized by Ann from What's Up Family, and she has a great channel. I'll have the link down below, and I'll also have the link to the playlist down below. So there'll be lots of great videos with great tips and ideas for what you can make yourself. So let's get making the granola now. Get a large bowl out to hold all the ingredients. The first ingredient is 1.5 cups of dry old-fashioned oats. I'm measuring out 1.5 cups. I had a 1/2 cup measure, so I had to do 3 of them. Next ingredient is dried cranberries. I try to find the low sugar ones or unsweetened. I have a harder time finding the unsweetened ones locally. And it takes 1/4 cup. And that 1/4 cup really goes a long way because, you know, a few of them in every couple of bites really add a lot of flavor. I have already chopped up 40 pecan halves, and I will be adding those. But right now I am adding raw pumpkin seeds, pepitas, and I could not find raw this time, so mine were already toasted, but it's just 1/4 cup of them. Next is 1/4 cup of unsweetened shredded coconut, and you do want to make sure it's the unsweetened. Then it's 3 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. You want the real thing. And that little gadget is from Pampered Chef, and it's great for sticky liquids like honey and maple syrup. Next is 1 tablespoon of melted butter or ghee or coconut oil. It calls for 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I just add a splash. I don't usually measure my vanilla. There goes the pecans that I chopped up, 40 of them, 40 halves. Next is the dry spices. There is 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt or Himalayan salt, or 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon and a dash of nutmeg. I added more than a dash because I like the flavor of nutmeg. And this recipe is real versatile. You can put peanuts or walnuts or macadamia nuts. You can put different dried fruit. You can personalize it and make it your own. Next, you mix this all up, and you have to keep mixing so that the liquids kind of cover everything, so it will have some maple syrup flavor everywhere. And this is not one of those real lumpy, nugget type granolas. It's not going to be big chunks like that. It's more broken up. But you got to keep mixing it until it's all evenly spread. All the ingredients are mixed together well. I have a cookie sheet already that I have added parchment paper to. You don't have to spray the parchment paper. So once this is mixed, I will bring over the cookie sheet and pour the ingredients that I've mixed out onto the cookie sheet. And spread it out into one even layer. You don't want it clumped up or too thick so that it won't get toasty. So just keep spreading it out. And the oven should be preheated to 300, and this will bake for 35 to 40 minutes until it's kind of toasty brown and crunchy. And I'm just getting it all spread out there evenly. And this is after it was in the oven for 35 minutes. And the nuts are really toasty now. That's my favorite part, is how the nuts are. And I store it in
after the granola cools, I put it into a mason jar, and it will keep for about a month without going stale. And one of my favorite things to do with it is make a banana split parfait with a banana, half a banana on the bottom, with about a third of a cup of Greek yogurt, third a cup of granola, and half a cup of fresh berries, and a drizzle of honey on top. And that's a great breakfast, brunch, snack. But I also really enjoy eating it with just milk on it, or adding a sprinkle to a little container of yogurt, just to add some crunch and flavor. It smells great when it's baking, and when you open that jar, it just smells great. So this is my make it yourself for May, for the second week of May, and something that I make from things I have in the house. I usually have to buy a couple of things that I try to keep on hand, but you can make it without those too. And it's a healthy recipe with not a lot of fat or a lot of sugar added to it. So enjoy, and we'll see you next week at Pike Creek Farm for the next episode of Make It Yourself in May. Like this video and subscribe to my channel to see more like this. And thank you for stopping today.